Welcome to the Happy Humanoid's Perspective, where your beliefs are challenged, thoughts provoked, and where you may find your happy place whether you like it or not.
And here are your hosts, Edith and Miles. Woohoo!
Woo-hoo! Welcome everyone to our show. My name is Miles Kiever, and I'm an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator. I'm joined here with my wife and lovely companion.
Hello everyone, my name is Edith Paul and I'm an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator as well. Welcome to our show.
Yes.
51st.
51.
Yeah.
Being you with money.
Yeah.
It's a very, I like this topic because it's talking about being more of us and then also money. It's really cool. Yeah, I like it.
Is it possible to be more of us and money can come with that?
I think it's quite possible. It's probably a very good way in which to pursue that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so what are you willing to receive? Because a lot of being you or being ourselves is really about what is it that we're willing to receive. Do you have thoughts on that, or you want to?
Yeah. The thing is, there's a different perspective from Access about receiving more money.
Mm-hmm.
It's about receiving more of you.
Yeah.
And we talk a lot in Access about being, as all these classes about being you,
Mm-hmm.
which are excellent, by the way. And what is being you? So what does being you mean to you?
Mm.
And everything that is, will you create and destroy at all times a godzillion.
Yes, right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock on it, shorts, boys and beyonds.
Yeah, we learn in Access that being you is, well, we are an infinite being. And as an infinite being, we have access to infinite possibilities, infinite choice, infinite question, and infinite contribution. And in all of that, we have access to infinite energies as well. So, and what to choose in all that? Well, the thing that can help you choose being you, it's about choosing whatever is light for you, whatever brings naturally expansion.
Mm-hmm.
So by choosing this, that will, because an infinite being functions from lightness and expansion.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, everything that will bring you joy, enthusiasm, it will be a sign that this is who you are. Because we can do and be everything we desire. So, and we can be anything at all, anything. So I don't see myself. I could probably be a nurse, but this is not what I choose. This is not what is light for me. I could probably do it, but it's not what will bring joy. And this is not what will bring me lightness and expansion into my life. So everywhere you try to find expansion, joy in everything you do, instead of, you try to force yourself to fit into a situation, trying to convince yourself that this is who you are.
Yeah.
And create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock on it, shorts, boys and beyonds. Yes, so why would we want to be more of us? Why would we want to be, what's the benefit of being you? It's like this idea that, well, there's lots of people, I'd say most people have the tendency to be sort of content with their life in a way that they don't desire much more, or maybe they're getting by or they're getting through life or whatever. And that's fine for most people. Most people maybe don't want to choose something that will disturb the order in which they're living, because it's being you is really about asking for more and being willing to receive that, whatever that looks like. It's there's I would say there's a lot of what do I want to say here? I'd say there's a lot of energy that's potentially resistance to being more of you or being more of me. And how that shows up could be, well, if you desire to do something that is beyond your normal way of living, beyond the daily life that you know is there's something more out there, and you desire to have that, whatever that is, there's going to be maybe not always, but I would say that there's going to be resistance to that. There's going to be a sense of intensity that comes up to greet us and says, "Hey, how's it going on the intensity?" And you've got to really desire to be more of you in order to have that. And it's I'm not sure where I want to go with this. It's just there's an intensity to it's like this. There's not much encouragement to be to choose more of you. There's a whole lot of like ideas of once we're there, then they can choose more. But getting there may be a lot more challenging than you might think. And being willing to receive that intensity, to have that, is what's required. And so there's like this conflicting energy that when you desire to have something, there's also this, there's this energy that may like try to keep you down, try to keep you complacent, try to keep you where you are, try to keep you safe. So when you have this intensity of change, when you desire to have something that's bigger than what you have right now, there's a tendency to do things that will distract you from having that shift. Like you might be involved with food, or maybe more sex, or get into a different relationship, or it might be find yourself arguing with people or getting into different dramas and traumas to avoid clearing those intensities or clearing the energy that we're stuck in to have more of what we be. I know that was sort of a lot of rambling, but that's where I was going with it. So everywhere that we're not allowing ourselves to be in this intensity that's required to have the shift in the being that we desire to be, we destroy and uncreate all that Thomas Godzillion.
Mm-hmm. Right and wrong, and bad, puck and puddle, nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And
was that clear at all?
Yeah.
Was that okay?
Yeah, it was clear. It was clear. For some people, it will be intensity, and for others, it can be resistance. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and in the resistance, there can be some intensity as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and that's the thing. You said something great. Is when we are attracted to something and it's new and it's out of our box. Mm-hmm. And we have that kind of excitement to go there. I know in my past I had that so many times, and I didn't allow myself to go there or to be this, because for me, in my spiritual world at that moment, it's not okay. I have to be a certain way. I have to contain myself. Right. And it's not by being this that I will be who I really am. So I was holding myself back. Mm-hmm. So, and when we hold ourselves back, this is where we find ourselves in a life that it's not so much fun. We have that kind of life that is not fun. We do the same thing over and over again. So, and when we hold ourselves back, we create order in our body and in our life, because we want to be a certain way. We judge that, or we concluded that we have to be this way. We have to be a certain way. There's a right way to be, mm-hmm. and there's a wrong way to be. So all of these create order, and what it does, and in this reality, that's the thing, that's the lie. We believe that if we get our ducks aligned, mm-hmm. that this is where we'll have success. This is how we're going to go. We're going to create whatever we desire. But mm-hmm. that's a lie. It's not how it works. Yep. So it's about destroying. So everywhere you order yourself in order to try to be you. So everything you obligate yourself into, everywhere you shrink yourself, believing that this is what you have to do to be you, you rejected yourself. you suppress yourself in trying to be you in a certain way, well, and create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Yes, right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all shorts, boys and beyonds. That's creating like the barriers we talked about previously, about when we're in judgment of ourselves, or we think we have to be a certain way, or we have to be in this certain box, or whatever you were saying, Edith. That's creating the judgment, and that solidifies the possibility of something greater. It solidifies us from receiving. It's like the universe works with the space and consciousness, and it's not about anything solidity. It's the chaos that is the sort of the newer topic now with Access. It's that energy of always evolving and changing and shifting. There's no barriers. There's no shapes to it. There's no resistance. It's just this ongoing energy. And whenever we have judgment about how we should be or how we should receive, it creates that barrier, and it doesn't allow us to be more of who we be. So the idea of being out of judgment is where we want to be, so we can receive. And the more that we can receive, the more possibilities, like whether it's judgments or whether it's people that are praising us. It's just when we can receive with no point of view, that is the place when we can be more of who we be, when we can receive ourselves from that. So everywhere that we're trying to create order in order to avoid the receiving by creating the barriers that are keeping us from being who we truly be, we destroy and uncreate all that times godzillion.
Mm-hmm. Right and wrong, getting that fucking pot, all nine shorts, bows and beyonds. So it's about, if you being you with money, it's about receiving you, more of you, and the more you allow yourself to be who you are, the more it will be, you become, like an attraction to money. And the thing is, for me, that was so weird, because when I allow myself to stop judging me and allow myself to be what I was, and there are a few times where I have felt myself like, my God, I have a sense that I'm losing something here.
Yeah.
If I allow myself to be these energies, I remember one day I was on the balcony and I was fighting against myself. I was trying to be a certain way. I was trying to work, for the business a certain way. I was trying to, just trying to force things. When we try to force.
I thought there was a raccoon out there. There was so much activity going on. I'm going to a raccoon or something get out there with you. Craziness going on.
Yeah.
It's just you. Turkey.
Yeah. Okay. So, so it's about, so when I allow myself to be this energy that was available to me, that was there and I was fighting, I had a sense like, energetically, I just went down. It seems like I lost something. That was the sense that I got. But once I allow myself to be that space, the calm, spontaneous calm in my body, the expansion and the peace that I live from that space was like, wow. And since then, when I create classes, there are more and more people coming. And it's not just that. There are other moments in my life after that when I allow I stop fighting against me. And because when we fight against us, Elif asked here to talk, could you talk about hoarder? Yeah, when I said, when we judge ourselves, when we try to fit a certain way, when we concluded that this is how we have to be, this is, instead of welcoming ourselves and allowing ourselves to be, this is where we create order. Order is about always keeping the thing in a certain way. It's about, yeah, not creating change. This is the way it is, and this is how it is, and it will be this way. You know, it's about, yeah, functioning from the mental. It's about, yeah, things have to be this way, and this is how I have to be. And when we do this, we don't include ourselves. We don't include our reality. We don't include who we are. So everywhere you believe that it's by fighting yourself that you will become more of who you truly be. Well, you know, and create and destroy at all times of God's will.
Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock on short spoils and beyonds. You know, it's like touching on receiving again. It's I have this, anyone that's done any physiology, that they may know that our body is really interesting. It's a good example for me to, as a good reminder on how receiving can be utilized, or how, just an example of this is, our body is basically one tube, you know, so we have an opening and an end point. We have a beginning and end point. And the food goes in, and then it goes through our body in different ways, and the body breaks it down. It starts in the mouth, it breaks it up, and then the stomach cooks it, and then it just continues to get broken down. And through part of the small intestine, it's pulling things out that it wants. It just, I'll have that, and it pulls that. Oh, I'll have that too, and it pulls that out. And everything else that is not of use with that part, it just goes on through, and it goes on out. And that's the kind of like how receiving is, and how the universe works, is the more that we're in this space of like being the small intestine in our reality, where there's things that come through our world. And if we don't have a point of view about, oh, this person is being mean to me, oh, I really like this person, all these judgments about what this person says or doesn't say, or how I should get something or shouldn't get something. Like if we're the small intestine, we don't know what's coming down there. We don't know what's heading our way. We're just like, oh, I'll have that, and pull that out. Oh, this isn't, I didn't know that was coming, pull that out. And so that's the way the universe functions. Like we don't really know what's coming. And if we're allow the energy or the flow to keep moving along, and not have points of view that stop the flow of that, and have a backup, and you see where I'm going with this, constipated. It just allows things to move. So we don't have to be attached to all of the points of view that other people have that are just passing through. We can just be in this space of receiving. So that's the way that we can receive more of ourselves too. It's just like being in this space of receiving, no matter how it looks, no matter what people say, and just clearing everything that we have that keeps us from being in that space of just allowing things to go by, and then just picking what works for us. So this, I like this, I'll have that, I'll have this, and letting the rest go. So everywhere that we're trying to order the universe and control the universe and create what we desire and put our wish list and hand it to the universe the way that we want it, when we want it, how it looks, which is creating the order, in which is the order that is stopping us from having the chaos that creates our life. We destroy and uncreate all that times Godzillion, please.
Right and wrong, good and bad, puck and putt, all nine shorts, woes and beyonds. Yeah, and do you believe that you have to be outside of you in order for you to create money? Do you believe that you have to be someone else in order for you to create money? What if it's a lie? So everywhere you believe this, will you know and create and destroy at all times of Godzillion?
Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah,
so
go ahead.
So what are your dreams when you were younger? What is it about the dream that you had when you were younger? What were you doing naturally when you were either alone or you were playing with your friend? What is this? Is there a common thread in your life that you did that is you? You know, it's like, well, for me, I realized today I'm giving a class. I begin a new class tomorrow in French about transforming your relationship with food. And what I realized today, I said, since I am about teenager, 16 years old, I have always looked for a way for me to eat because, hey, we have to eat. that will keep me thin. So, what is it in your life that you have looked for, or that you created, or something that you dreamed of? What is your dream? And what if your dream is about becoming more of you?
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes we go into that space of, oh, my dream is, it's too long, there's
away.
too much to do, too far away,
Mm-hmm.
and I won't do it. What if it's about asking questions? That's what I like with Access Tools and the law of the universe. It's about asking questions. We don't know, we don't have to figure out, we don't have to discover how to do it. The universe will show us.
Mm-hmm.
What we have to do is ask questions. What would it take for what your dream is to show up?
Mm-hmm.
What is the next step for me to create or to move along, to move forward in this possibility that I would like to create in my life? And everything that doesn't allow that, yeah. You ask the question, will you create and destroy it all times a godzillion? Right, wrong, good, bad, but fuck, all nine shorts, belows and beyonds.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a way for you to know what makes you vibrate. And I invite you to ask this question: if I choose to move to move forward with that dream, what will my life be in 5 years? And look energetically, perceive and receive energetically what it will create.
Yeah.
And if I perceive that dream, if I pursue that dream, will it create me money?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because this is what we talk about tonight, about the money. Well, if I allow myself to pursue that dream, will I receive money from this? Whoa. And everything that is, and everything that doesn't allow that, will you create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, online shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah, I like it. Edith, tonight Edith was coaching me and asking me some questions about something that I was looking at, and she's like, well, what is it that would this create more for your life? And yeah, there's an expansion there. And it's also interesting to have another question with this, like, would it create more? Would it create an expansion? And also, is that the direction that you want to go with your life? So something could create an expansion in your life, and maybe it isn't exactly where you want to go with your life. So it's, I think, having some clarity about the energy that you want to go into is important. And we were talking about something that's coming up, and I was not sure about it. I was thinking I might look into this and other things, and we got to the point where Edith, you had asked me, does that create a sense of lightness and fun? And I was like, yeah, that's something that is fun for me. And do you see yourself using this? And I was like, yeah. And so that was enough for me to acknowledge it. Okay, this is what I really desire to do more of, and to follow that. And the sense of lightness that I got from that. And again, it's not about like thinking about the money as the end point. It's like, I've heard a lot about people say, well, the money doesn't matter. Once you do what you love, then the money will show up. And there's this like, oh, I still need to pay my bills kind of energy. And I get that. I get that once I have committed to what I desire to do, things are so much easier for me in my life. And there's not that struggle. Like before, I didn't have a clear idea of what I wanted to do. I'm a humanoid, so I have like 15 things that I like to do, like all over the place. And I couldn't like just do one, and which I'll probably never do just one. But once I tapped into really what it was I desired to do, what it really lights me up, it's like everything else is easy. It's like it's so much easier with that idea, because it's like I have that in my mind that, okay, this is where I'm headed. And before, if I didn't have that, I could say, well, I could do this, but it's not really going to be lighting me up. No, I could do this, I could do that. I've got the skills or whatever, but it wasn't the energy of expansion, and it wasn't the energy of just like really feeling great about my life, even though maybe nothing on the outside has shifted at all. It's just the idea that this is like found something that I'm interested in a way, big enough of a way that I want to pursue it. And that was that's what I noticed was a big shift. Like now I'll do anything because I know that this is where I'm headed. But before, if you don't ask questions about what it is that you desire to have in your life, what is it that you desire to do, what's the energy of how you want to live with your life, it's going to be really tough to move forward. It's going to be really tough to find what that you is. Because until I was able to more focus in on, this is really where I want to head to. Whether I make money with it or not, it doesn't matter because everything else is so much easier and things are coming into place and opportunity or possibilities are showing up. So everywhere that we don't allow ourselves to be who we truly be and allow ourselves to acknowledge the capacities that we are really good at and that would really like light us up inside, we destroy and uncreate all that times a godzillion.
Mm-hmm. Right and Wrong in That Book and Photo Online Short Spoils and Beyond. Yeah, being you with money is about choosing whatever will contribute to your life.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you allow this, the more you allow yourself to choose whatever contributes more to your life. Well, that's the thing. Gary Douglas, the founder of Access, bought 24 Costa Rican horses. And when he chose to, because he asked question, Gary is always in the question, and he realized that bringing these horses from Costa Rica to US, that would create so much more. And when he did that, his classes become bigger. Mm-hmm. So sometimes we believe that we have to do something and this thing has to bring us money.
Right.
So, and yeah, sometimes this is what we have to choose as well. And what I want to say here is about opening up to, allow yourself to choose whatever will contribute to your life. Mm-hmm. And by allowing this energy, they will contribute to all of your life. Yeah. So it's not just about being you with money. It's not just about choosing whatever will create more money or whatever will contribute to your life. And if you can always add this question, will it contribute to my life? And will it make me money? That's another question you can ask, even if it's not something about money. If, like an example, if you choose to do a trip, if you choose to travel in another world, you can ask, will this contribute to my life? Or will it make me money? That's another way for the universe to create more energetically with you. And the more you allow this, of course, the more you say to the universe, hey, I'm ready to receive more here. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I want to come back to this thing about being you with money. Mm-hmm. Okay, I said that. You are a possibility that nobody else is. You have capacities that nobody else has. Is there something that you see in this universe that is so obvious for you that you think that everyone sees? Mm. Like if I think about Temple Grandin, if you have a chance to look at this movie, Temple Grandin, this is the story of a woman who was autistic, who was diagnosed autistic. And when she was looking at cows, she could see in, how do we call that? In the, what was it where she saw them? Where were the cows? They were in a what?
In the corral?
Is it that? Where were they before being chosen and being killed? And how do we call that? I don't.
Yeah, like the butcher, like the meat plant or something, or.
You know, where they bring them, you know, in the movie, they had to go through a path. How do we call that place? Fractalways. In French, it's abattoir, where we bring them. The words, I don't have the word. And she saw, you know, there was that kind of always that they were going through, and she perceived for them that there was, the way that it was created was creating some stress.
Mm-hmm.
So she created, by looking at them, by perceiving them, she created a different path for them to go through this step that created so much more ease for them. And now this pattern that she created, this kind of patent that she created, is now in 2/3 of the US. It has been. So she saw something, she perceived something that nobody else. What is it? Simone Milasas in Access. For her, she found like the business, it's joy. Like, and she believed that everyone was there. So what is it for you that is so obvious? And ask people around, is it the same for you? So what if it is what your contribution to this planet? Because sometimes it's something so simple and so simple for us that we don't think we can make money with that. I invite you to ask money about that, to ask questions about that if we will create new money. So everything that doesn't allow you to know, be, perceive, and receive the possibility that you truly be, will you now create and destroy it all times a godzillion?
Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Another thing is you can maybe even ask your closest friends or someone who knows you pretty well, like, what is it that you like? What is it that you see me do that's looks like it's easy for me? And like Edith saw things in me that I wasn't aware of. I wasn't like acknowledging because it was just something that I didn't really give it much much time or energy, and it was like it's one of the most I would say I have a strong interest in it, and I didn't even acknowledge it before, and it's something that she saw. And also, what are you refusing to receive that if you would receive it would shift that whole dynamic in your financial situation? Like, what is it that you're not willing to receive from people? That what barriers are you creating that doesn't allow you to, like you just said, receive more of who you be that you may not even be aware of? Like, ask, what is it that you do so easily? So that's refusing some aspect of you. So what is it about yourself that you do easily that you're refusing to see or to be? And what is it with other people? What other people that are criticizing you, maybe, that if you would allow that, have no point of view about it, would create more ease in your life and maybe more wealth and more abundance. So yes, everything that brought up, we destroyed on Grail that times Godzillion.
Right and wrong and bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, bows and beyonds. When we talk about being you with money, in which universe do you go? Are you going into a contracted universe, in people's universe, which is contracted, conflicted, or no choice universe? So all the contracted universe, the no choice universe, and the conflicted universe you are going when you think about being you and making money, well, and create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online, shorts, boys, and beyonds. You have anything else to add before we close out our show?
Yeah. I have 3 great questions I would like to finish with.
Go for it.
Yeah. How much order are you using to create the life less than what you know is possible? When we know what is possible for us and we don't live this, is because we try to keep our life in order. We function from judgment. We function from conclusion. So how much order are you using to create the life less than what you know is possible? And everything that is, will you create and destroy it all times a godzillion?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
And how much chaos can you instill that will allow you to be at ease with who you truly be, that has the possibility to make tons of money? And everything that doesn't allow that, will you create and destroy it all times a godzillion?
Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, online, shorts, boys, and beyonds.
The chaos is this energy. In this reality, the chaos is about destruction, it is about disruption, it is about disorder. In the reality of access, the chaos is all the possibilities. Is about, this is with this kind of energy that you create miracle. The planet functions from chaos, your body functions from chaos, and it's all about, you know, this, all the possibilities are chaos. So when you use this chaos, you know, the chaos question, what I realize is dissolve so gently the blockages that are there, the limitation that we created in our lives. So I invite you strongly to use these chaos question. How much, you know, how much chaos can I instill here? Or how much chaos are you refusing that will allow you to create the life and money you know that is possible for you to create? And everything that doesn't allow that, well, you know, and create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket, online shorts, boys and beyonds.
Yeah, and who you truly be, you'll find it in the chaos, not in the order.
Right.
So this is why. So how much chaos can you instill that will allow you to be at ease with who you truly be? And everything that doesn't allow that, well, you don't create and destroy it all times a godzillion.
Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pocket, online shorts, boys and beyonds.
I'm like started now. I can continue. So
now we can start our show. We're ready to go.
Thank you, everyone, for being on our show. And
we'll see you next time. Thanks for showing up, and good luck with choosing you.
Yeah, creating more money as well.
Thanks for listening, and please give us a honk of support by subscribing, commenting, and sharing the show with your friends. Or, if you didn't like the show, please share it with your enemies.
Thanks, guys. See you again next time. Have a great night.
Bye. Bye-bye, Bye-bye, everyone.